Throughout the Naruto series, many ninja have put forth what they think it means to be a true shinobi. For Zabuza, it's those who have fought with their life on the line and have earned fame and fear throughout the shinobi world. For Orochimaru, it's someone who has access to the most amount of ninjutsu, and for Jiraiya and Naruto, it's someone who endures. And lastly, for Danzo, a true shinobi is someone who protects the world from the shadows, someone who doesn't reveal their identity and keeps the regular people safe. But what path did Itachi take? If you want to find out, please remember stay tuned and remember to like and subscribe for more content. Let's get into it. Itachi has always been the type of character to take the burden of others onto himself. He took the burden of the clan after the Kyuubi attack and infiltrated the Anbu on their behalf. But at the same time, he took the burden of the village and killed almost everyone he loved because he thought it would be for the greater good. He did all of this without his motives or reasoning being exposed, and took this act so far that he went on a deranged rant, erasing every possibility of Itachi being a good guy from the minds of Sasuke and the readers. But where did he get such mental fortitude? Hiruzen shed some light on it and tells us that Itachi is a character who thought like the Hokage at a very young age. His thought process was most likely heavily influenced by people like Danzo, who as Itachi grew up became more and more of a role model to him, though he didn't realize it. Itachi was talented at a very young age, and being the son of a clan head further placed stress upon him, as he was supposed to be someone who took control over the clan after his father died. And he was groomed into this role at such a young age, and he was forced to become one of the youngest Anbu captains at the age of 12. This further implies to us as readers that Itachi did not get to experience a childhood like many other children within the series, and was exposed to the trauma of war at a very young age. This is shown in the anime, with Fugaku taking Itachi into a battlefield during the times of the Third Shinobi World War, and Itachi was forced to start taking the lives of others to preserve his own. During another undisclosed point of his childhood, presumably after Kurama's attack on the village, he speaks to Orochimaru, and Orochimaru talks to him about how there is no meaning in grieving for the dead, and tells him to take advantage of the deaths of others, further giving more elaboration on why Itachi is such a cold and emotionless character. From a very young age, Itachi has been groomed by his family and Orochimaru, all of them quickly forcing him to grow up and become cold to the deaths of others. This is further signified by the growing stress lines on Itachi's face as he grows older, and though he has the signs of stress, not once does he let his emotions get in the way, further showing how he has been groomed and permanently altered by Danzo, whose whole philosophy revolves around suppressing your emotions. Itachi asks Orochimaru if there is any meaning in life, and the snake Sanen responds that there isn't one. This statement would lead to one of, if not the most impactful moments on Itachi's childhood. The next time we see Itachi, he's preparing to take his own life. These thoughts are something that a child like Itachi, or even anyone, should ever be exposed to. And as he jumps off a cliff, he continues to mutter the same words Orochimaru told him, that there's no meaning in life. Of course, Itachi's life doesn't end there, and he stops himself from falling to his death, remarking to a crow nearby that nobody actually wants to die, which further also hints at Itachi's summon being crows, as they signify death. He states to himself again that nobody truly wants to die, and this further shows a theme that has been implied in the background at later points within the series, that Itachi is actually afraid of death and dying. Fast forwarding to the time where the Uchiha massacre took place, Itachi had just been told by Danzo to get the job done. Of course, Itachi couldn't do it alone, and with the disappearance of Shisui, then he had no one to turn to except Obito, who he thought was Madara at the time. Itachi strikes a deal with him, telling him that he would help him kill the Uchiha clan and stay away from Konoha if Itachi joined the Akatsuki. Itachi was nothing more than a teenager at the time, and the fact that he had been forced to make such cruel decisions is nothing short of despicable. Itachi is someone who would go out of his way to save the people around him and wouldn't go out of his way to do evil. However, with the conditions around him and things he couldn't control, all of them had aligned to force him to kill the very ones he loved. As he walked into his parents' room, he was forced to take in the full brunt of his actions, with him finally breaking down and crying, emotions up until this point that he had scarcely, if ever, revealed. But he had to do it. If he didn't kill the Uchiha clan, then many more lives would have been at stake, and he would be increasing the risk of his beloved brother being killed. Sasuke was the one person who he couldn't bring himself to kill. He valued his life more than the village, and even went as far as to threaten Danzo by threatening to leak secrets of high importance. When we next see Itachi appear in the village, he's still under the facade of being this big bad enemy that we need to take out. He doesn't actively seek chaos and battle like Kisame does, and in his fight against Kakashi he shows restraint by not killing him, though he could have easily done so. However, with his Genjutsu, he's still easily able to incapacitate Kakashi. At this point in the series, his true motives had not yet been revealed, and it was left up to speculation as to why Itachi didn't just flat out kill many of the people he came across, for example Kurenai, though he was clearly much stronger. The fact that we as readers are able to observe the story from a play higher than his, and while still unable to understand his motives at the time, further shows that Itachi is a ninja who fits the textbook definition so well. He hides his intentions in the shadows of his truly black heart, and he convinces us, the readers, to hate him. His words to Sasuke about lacking hatred inevitably sent him down a similar path to him, with Sasuke defecting from the village, all to gain enough strength to defeat him and eventually kill him. Even gaining aid from Orochimaru, someone who single-handedly destroyed Itachi's perception of the world. The end of part 1 is just further build-up to the fated battle between brothers. It shows Sasuke diverting from his path that Itachi took by not killing Naruto, and at this point it's further supported in early Shippuden that Sasuke's main theme is that he doesn't want to kill others, and at best only resorts to threats of killing in the cases he gets to Jugo. When questioned by Orochimaru on why he's so reluctant to kill, Sasuke responds by saying he would have plenty of hatred or killing intent whenever he fights Itachi. Itachi knew he was going to die in this fight against Sasuke, and he had been taking medicine to postpone his eventual death to an illness till his fight with Sasuke. And though he didn't want to die, his love for the village and the love he had for his brother allowed him to lay his life down and let Sasuke kill him, so he would be exalted as someone who took out the murder of the Uchiha clan. However, he didn't account for Obito and his strength. Itachi had planned for almost everything, even putting an Amaterasu into Sasuke's eye to kill Obito should he ever reveal himself, or to try and put Sasuke under any form of Genjutsu. However, Obito survived and released secrets that changed the course of Sasuke's life forever. The last time we see Itachi have a full-on talk with Sasuke is after their fight against Kabuto, where Itachi ridicules himself and calls himself a failure for not finding another way to ward off the cube. And he beats himself down for not having the courage to face Sasuke and tell him the actual truth. However, unlike before when he tapped Sasuke's head and left him without answers, he held him close like Sasuke always wanted and told him that no matter what he did, he'd always love Sasuke. Itachi overall is one of the best big brothers within fiction. He is such a cool character who never reveals too much of his plans or beliefs, and whenever he speaks he leaves more questions than answers, and never wavered in his love for the village. He kept his secrets hidden and never revealed his intentions, hiding them so well that he could fool everyone. And his true intentions being revealed is one of, if not the best plot twist within fiction. If you like these type of videos where I break down awesome characters within fiction, please remember to like and subscribe, and have a lovely day.